Like this video immediately if you want to have a bloody good day. Trust me, it'll work. Have you done it? I'm waiting. Let's get into it.
Subscribe to MDR. Like for more.
I gotta say, I was not expecting Bloody Daddy to be this good. When I originally saw the trailer of this movie, I thought this is just one of those films that everybody's doing it for the sake of money, because it was gonna be launched for JioCinema for absolutely free, even though it was made on a budget of 200 crore rupees. Now that's a very, very big budget. That's almost nearly as big as Pathan. But when you actually watch the film, you can see where the money is gone. You can see how cool the action sequences look and how everything looks very polished. None of the film looks incomplete, despite the fact that the camera tracking shots I find to be rather annoying because they're not done exactly well, but the film rocks, and that's the point. Julius Peckham's score is insane. That guy has been doing amazing music ever since he made the Tiger theme, down to when he did Mirzapur, and now he's doing this. Just absolute bangers. Although, I gotta admit, the song with Badshah was just, And when you actually watch the film, you realize that this is not a soulless project at all. If anything, this might have given all of its actors one of the defining roles that they'll ever do. For example, take Ronit. How many movies and shows has he done? He's almost like in everything. And usually he's typecasted as the coach or the father. Here, he's playing this insanely cunning, assertively, passively aggressive kind of guy, and he just switches from being the stooge to being an assertive freak based on who he's meeting. And then you have Sanjay Kapoor, who's always been an underrated actor. He is in his complete zone here. He literally, from the first scene he enters into the movie, he's just meme material all the way down to his very last scene. The thing is, you would expect him to be this insanely serious kind of guy because he is the biggest gangster in the entire film. Yet, he's just chilling and he's just funny as hell. And then you have, of course, the lead actor, Shahid. He's done an amazing job. And I saw some reviews saying that he takes this role like fish to water. That is the perfect way to define it. I've tried to come up with a clever line, but I don't want to say anything when it's already been said. He just does it. That's it. There's nothing else to say there. He just plays it as if this is himself, and he does put in a lot of himself in this movie. You can see the way he speaks the dialogues, and if you watch his interviews, that is his style. He's sort of probably like the biggest hipster looking nerd. You know, like how method looking CM Punk is as a wrestler, even though he's never drank in his entire life. You get my analogy, right? It's a strange analogy. But that's how the movie works anyway. It's just a bizarre film. It's all about rescuing a son, Shahid's son, from these gangsters who are holding him hostage because Shahid has 50 crore worth of drugs with him. I wish the number would have been a bit bigger, considering the film's budget itself is 4 times that. Yeah, but what can you do? Although I don't think a number that would get bigger in terms of the drugs costs would make it any more gripping than it already is. The film will hold you right from the beginning second down to the last. And don't forget the side cast as well. They have all done amazing. It's like this film is trying to utilize all the underrated actors that never got their defining roles. But this film shows that they are more suitable to play grey characters. You know, the ones that are not really good and not really bad. Well, take for example Diana Penty. She's always suspicious in this film of everybody, but she does it good. And if you take Rajeev Khandelwal, who always wanted to be the main suitor, main kind of guy, but here he plays such a hateable villain. He just has such a punchable face in this movie, and because he's so cutting, you just want to see him lose, and he does that exceptionally. I wish that he would do these kind of roles more, because he really suits being the villain. And I think at this point he cannot go back on it anyway, because his career has taken a different path now. So I'd rather him go with more villainy roles than this. But Shahid Kapoor, if you're just talking about him, he is exceptional in this film. He just just I don't even know how to describe it. All the projects that he's choosing now are perfect for him, regardless of whether they work or not. And if you go back and analyze the past 4 projects that he's chosen, yeah, 3 of them have been remakes, but Kabir Singh was a blockbuster and nobody can deny that. And sure, you could say that Jersey was a disastrous film, but there were a lot of external factors with that film. First, it was a remake which already put it down. Then KGF 2 was coming out, which was seriously more hype. And then also the pandemic delayed the film's release again and again. When the whole album was out for almost a year, people had listened to those songs and moved on. The film became outdated before it released. But Furzi was the rebirth of Shahid as an actor, because now he's taking more grey roles and he's got more freedom. And he knows that if he can just reach people somehow, whether it's through OTT or otherwise, he can impress them with his acting, and that is what he is doing. People are now realizing that Shahid has always been a candidate for GOAT, and well, he's proving that. You could say that his box office numbers have always been limited, but then you could also say that the kind of films he's done, yes, some of them have been big disasters and some of them have been big hits, but that's the kind of career you have when you are trying to be an actor. You're not always going to be very safe, and you're not always going to be very successful. The whole job of an actor is to take risks, to do different kind of roles. And that is what Shahid is doing. These are the kind of movies that Shahid should be doing, and I'm glad that he is. And nobody can take away credit from Ali Abbas Zafar. You could say that yeah, the movie's remake, so he really didn't have much ground to work on. And yeah, some of those cracking shots were really annoying. But he's done a good job here. You can't lie about that. Yeah, the editing could have been a bit better, and the shots could have been a bit more convincing. All in all, the film is good, and that's what matters. So I wasn't expecting to say this, but Bloody Daddy is a bloody good film, and Bloody Daddy is a bloody good remake. Perhaps a lot better than its original, and the numbers say that anyway, so I don't need to confirm that. Thank you for watching this episode of NDR. I hope you liked it. Please leave a like, it helps me reach more people. And please comment down your thoughts on what you think about Bloody Daddy, or this channel, or really, the bird outside your room. About anything, I don't know. Talk to me. I'm desperate. Have a good day.